Well, today I've come out to a small creek. It's a feeder creek into the Brisbane River eventually, and this is the location that I've chosen this morning. There's a little bit of bank access. I'm going to be fishing around this structure today. The water is still very chocolate, so the fish are probably going to be shut down, but I'm here anyway. I'm going to give it a go. Not a bad little creek, plenty of structure, good bank access. The location will remain a secret until my dying day. Well, day is early. I've only just got here, made a couple of clearing casts, and got a little soft plastic on there at the moment. That fellow there, he's rigged up weightless and almost weightless, about a 1/16 of an ounce, and also it's weedless. Let's give it a go. That one landed right underneath the snag, which was good. Just letting it sink down a little bit. Fishing's been tough over the last 3-4 months. It's due to all the rain we've had. All the creeks are still chocked up with suspended solids and silt, and you see the result of it all in this creek here. It's going to be a while before they all clear up again. And of course, it's not conducive to good bass fishing. They seem to have shut down pretty much wherever I go. Or it might just be me. I might try throwing a few casts down that way. There's not much room here. Okay, straight through there, hopefully. Just a little cast first. That's all right. This is the shallow side over here. It's only around about 4 foot deep. So I know my soft plastic is in the zone. This is what we live for. Well, partially. Whoa, that bank is slippery. I'm going to try something stupid. I'm not going down there because it's too slippery. It's about a 45-degree angle, and I don't fancy getting a muddy ass today. So I'm standing probably a good 8 foot above the water, and I'm going to try and lob one just in there and see what happens. Let it sink. I'd be happy for anything to whack that lure today. Anything. I'd even take a catfish. Little known fact, there's some very, very large catfish in Wivenhoe Dam, and they do not mind taking a surface lure first thing in the morning. It's all about the hit on the surface, so whatever takes it is good. Just trying to lob one down there somewhere. Pretty close to the bank, but you know, I'm here. It looks like good territory, so I'm just lobbing a few in. See what happens. There might be a lazy old catfish there that's hungry. Or not. I'm going to try and get down a bit deeper here. Whoa. Okay. That's where I want to go. Nothing hungry yet. That's a little bit better. Remembering that this soft plastic is weedless, so I can drag it through all the crunchy bits down on the bottom of the riverbed. There's a fair bit of clutter down there. Sticks, logs, who knows. We'll know in about 3 months when it's clear water here, because this is a clear water location primarily. And not much flow. This just bleeds all the time. But at the moment it's running. You might see right down there in the distance is the outfall. It goes down into a lower creek and then onward with its journey down to the Brisbane River. You may have noticed a little bit of car noise in the background. You may have even spotted a bridge. There's a little bit of traffic coming over today. It's a Sunday. I don't normally fish on Sundays. I go through the week when no one's around, but there's a bit of traffic today, so I do apologise for any of that audio issue. There's got to be fish in here. There's got to be. Unless they're all down out in the salt dead. The whole valley system, Lockyer Valley, Brisbane Valley, have been bleeding water for some time now, and what doesn't come down through Wivenhoe spill gates goes through other little tributaries and backwaters, and it all finds its way into the Brisbane River eventually, and everything gets washed out to the mouth and beyond. Every time there's a major flood, every 100 years, seem to have had about what, 3 or 4 in the last decade-ish. What's going on? Right, I'm walking just over close to where the outfall is for this little hole that I'm fishing in currently. The day is young. I've only been here half an hour, nothing as yet, but you know, what can you do? Keep on throwing lures in. This looks promising actually down here. I've got fast running water on the outfall going under the bridge, and on this side we have the creek. I might stay here for a little while and give this a bang. Oh, look at those snags over there. I've got to bring the kayak back here. This is a good launching spot. It's pretty much, yeah, gravel. This is all right. This will work. And the creek goes up for a fair way. This hole of a creek, it goes up. I can see probably a good 500 metres upstream, and it's creek just like you can see in the foreground. Yeah, promising. So on the exit side, we're looking at a running creek. You rarely ever see this, only in flood time. It's still bleeding down out of the range, so this is going to be running for a little while longer yet, I would assume. But look where it runs into. It's created a couple of prospects for maybe smaller bass to be hanging around. You never know. That's dead water. Nothing exists up there except water and mud. But out here is a lot better. I'm going to chuck a few in there and see what happens. Okay, here we go. First cast. Light soft plastic. I'll just chuck it down there. Retrieve it back through the current first, just out of interest. That was a good shot, right over near the pylons. I'm just keeping this moving slowly, just a constant retrieve through the current, because I'd like to get that little paddle tail waddling. I can feel rocks. There's rocks down there. I've no idea how deep, but I'd say this channel would have been cut out through all the floods. My soft plastic's skimming on the surface. Here it comes. Nothing ventured, nothing going back in. I'll just pop one over there. I'm probably in a better location. I'm just out of the flow on the left hand side down there, and the soft plastic is below the surface, but I don't know how deep it is. Can't feel anything this retrieve. Ooh. I got a little take then, just a little one. Oh, he's still there. Something really small though. Oh well. Wasn't interested. I'm gonna walk back over and grab my other stuff, come back here. It's a lot more comfortable fishing here than it is up against or in amongst trees. Let's go. Actually, I might, there's my stuff here. I'm gonna check it a little bit further upstream. Yeah, so even more promising up here. It goes on for a distance. I can see about 500 metres up from the other location, but yeah, this looks pretty interesting. There's some awesome snags all up the whole, both sides, all up. I'm going to bring the kayak back. Where I'm standing now is the limit of this reserve, where I'm assuming it's private property over there. So this is a fairly good indication about how high the floodwaters came through here. You'll see by this this fence line, it goes right out over the road, During the floods it came up to at least this deep, and this is up to my my tummy. So that's how far down the water is now. It's almost back to normal, but this is where the floods came through. It was just, I still can't get over how much devastation it's caused to rural folk. I'm up pretty high now, even higher. Fences come down along this fence line, and oh look, it just goes on for ages, the fence line. Look, this paddock that you can see now, there would have been maybe 4 to 6 feet of water over it by the look of it. According to the fence lines, they're choked up on the highest strain, and it could have been deeper than that. Anyway, it is what it is. This is all normal. And also, you'll notice by this little creek, it's basically untouched by anybody over the years, and it's got a really, really healthy bank both sides of trees. I'm not sure what they are. A smarter man than me would probably know, but they exist all the way along the river as far as I can see, and then downstream as well. They continue to hold the bank steady. So these trees weren't sacrificed for timber years ago, or for whatever reason. The big ones usually stay in flood. Here's a perfect example. They're holding this bank together. The bank would be washed away if it wasn't for these trees and their root system. Fantastic. Look at that. Okay, I've come back to my original position. I've been for a bit of a walk. I didn't want to go on private property, but you probably would have seen that footage. I'm back to my original position where all my gear is. I'm going to try tossing a spinnerbait. It's probably worth a go here. What have I got to lose? Alright, this one's going to get chucked in the water, and I'm going to wind it back, and I'm going to repeat that process till I get a fish, or I get bored. Clearing cast, of course. Nice. Come on. Oh, bloody bird's nest. Only a little one. I hate it when that happens. It's never supposed to happen. Look. I'm a professional. Well, I've been persevering here for probably about an hour and a half, and nothing at all basically. I lost a $25 lure, which was not pleasant for me, but these things happen. And what I'll probably do, because there's no fish in this particular video, I might tack it on to a proposed kayak adventure in this creek. there's possibilities here, but I think the water it's too full of suspended solids right now. It'll take a while for all that to disappear. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll keep an eye on this little creek because I go past it every second or third day on the bridge, so I can keep a lookout. Stand by. I'll see if I can include this one to add on to the kayak adventure in this very creek. I might even get a mate or two to come with me.